Chain is on the line. Martina in the all black, Emily in the black and white. Emily pulls, seeing Martina's wrestling and top pressure. I'm not surprised. Emily wants to get in on that leg right away. Martinez wants to get heavy and start using that smashing she's done throughout both her earlier matches. Emily with a 2-on-1. Emily's trying to pull her weight on top so she can sneak underneath to get into the legs and look for the elevation and the exposure. Martina really trying to keep that elbow in tight so that she does not get any separation from arm to body. Emily opts now from the 2-on-1, the wrist and the elbow. Martina's starting to get her from arm clear, but then Emily persistent, right back in on the wrist. And it's a high-level match like this. These little battles between wrist grips and controls, often where the fight can be won or lost. Martina now uses her knee to break the grip. Emily readjusts and enters back in and gets to her closed. Martina immediately stands, not allowing Emily to get any type of connection set. I'm expecting a K-guard entry here if Martina's able to open. Emily opts to come forward.
Martina really showing that strategy quite a bit today, closing her guard and really just trying to break down that posture quite a bit.
There's the K-guard.
Beautiful K-guard entry.
And now she uses it for that nice back exposure. Emily's really good from positions like this, but Martina jumps in on the leg. This is going to be an interesting scramble here. We haven't seen Martina go legs all day, and now Emily's up into a leg drag position, or what could turn into a leg drag position. This is a very strong passing position for Emily once she gets that knee down. She's now in a heavy right hip position, heavy right knee. Coming from AOJ, leg drags are bread and butter for that gym. Some of the best guard passers in the world. So this should be a very, very familiar and strong territory for her. Martina is doing a good job trying to off balance and pull with that underhook of the leg to not allow the leg drag to happen. Interesting, Emily's pulling Martina's bottom leg up to try to keep the hips controlled and stabilize here as she can get the knee pressure before she opts to go full into the leg drag. Really, really great jiu-jitsu there. That's very smart from Emily. Both ladies are using a lot of energy from that spot. Martina able to push back and get out of that leg drag. And now Emily right away looking on that arm.
Keeping the movement going, she's established
omoplata.
A bit of an omoplata position, right?
Now again, this can be a tough one in a no-gi when your opponent's standing to keep that posture controlled. But she can using it to enter the legs. She's got the best look at the legs she's had. Double outside ashi looking for that footlock. She's got to be worried about back exposure or counter leg locks here. Martina rolls through and gets back to neutral.
Yeah, very, very nice attack there from Emily.
Now Martina with a nice control. She's looking for that arm. She's done it all day. Wow. She could get her third arm bar here.
Look at this.
She has the arm isolated. She's triangling the legs over the top.
This is big. And deep arm bar attempt.
This is her strength. This is her specialty. Can she get her third arm bar of the day to take the division?
She's really just working on breaking that grip.
She needs to pull her heels down and keep Emily down. She needs to take her time. She should be in no rush. There's a long time left. Emily clears her head. She can come up.
Still got a little over 6
Martina
minutes left.
locks the triangle, though. Smart. She may look for that bent arm lock, Americana lock. But Emily pulls the head out and exposes the back.
Very, very good job. Way to stay composed, create the right angle that she needed.
And Emily's going to look maybe to sit back on the leg. See if we see Emily's passing here. She wasn't able to fill that leg drag. Martina did a good job. Oh, a little octopus type of guard coming through.
First time we've seen this today.
She didn't have the knee torque. That's why Emily's able to kind of fight through it. You got to get that knee torque to really have a good angle on that.
Sure.
Now Martina getting in the leg.
Wow, nice attempt.
Counter leg locks coming from Emily. If I'm Martina, I would just use that to wrestle up and get on top. She looks so good on top.
I agree.
I think that's her path to victory here. Emily's been wanting to play legs a lot today. Not that Martina's not good in the legs, but she just looks so good with the upper bodies today.
That's a very good point.
And just to deal with that, Emily has really good passing, and using that knee to that exposure to come up as opposed to stay down may have been a wiser submission. We're halfway in. It's been a very even match. Both competitors have had really good looks at attacks and passes and positions. Martina's armbar was probably definitely the best attack we've seen, but Emily never really gave any way. She really defended well. Emily's really smart to get this pressure going here. This is a place that she can take a little breather, make Martina carry her weight, and just kind of cook her a little bit before we get into the later minutes of this match and possibly overtime.
And she is doing just that. She is cooking her very well right now. She has got a very, very heavy crossface. She's got that good old classic shoulder adjustments going on. Very, very good chest connection.
And you really hearing some deep breathing over here. And,
all the way over here, too, yeah.
You can hear it. And that's generally a sign of how tight that pressure is, because they have been wrestling at a very high pace, so it's the pace as well. But when you have this kind of shoulder pressure and chest-to-chest pressure, it's just hard to get your air in the way you want it.
Sure.
I'm expecting now that Emily's kind of wore out a little bit, she may try to opt to switch head position and maybe go for like a tripod, a screamer type knee cut. Against lockdowns and positions like that, it's a really good way to clear and then get to a safer spot. It's a little harder to get bumped and bridged from that as well.
And this is phenomenal pressure so far from Emily on top right now.
She's just kind of smashing Martina through the mat.
Right.
Martina now really pushing on those hips hard to try to relieve some of that pressure. Emily being very, very smart with her positioning.
Very patient. I wonder what she'll opt to, if she opts to transition with the 3 minutes left in the time, or if she opts to try to pass, or if she's just going to be content with the cooking process.
She's starting to get her hips higher. This is where, when she's starting to pike like that, I would really suggest switching heads and putting the head on that other side of the floor, so that it can, that right underhook can really do its job. Because Martina has that right arm to be able to push and pull. When you switch that head position, it really pins your opponent. It makes it very, very tough for them to move.
So we have a nice knee cut attempt here.
And now she sits back into the legs, but Martina has none of it. We have a couple minutes left. Now restarting on the feet. Let's see how this one plays out.
Immediately, both ladies latch up in a strong collar tie position.
Again, not surprisingly, Martina is doing very well on the feet. An awkward kind of guard pull. We have 2 minutes left. Martina now jumping for the arm into the underhook.
Very aggressive once they got back up to the feet.
Yeah. I think Martina doesn't want to be back in that bottom position. She's now in the 3/4 mount.
Like you said, she's been very, very successful with her top game today.
Yeah.
This is showing in this part of the match right now.
Yeah. Even earlier in this match, she had that deep look at the armbar off a passing sequence. Now she's looking for the head and arm isolation, and it looks like she gets it.
This is looking really, really good for Martina right now. It's a nice wedge to clear her foot. Very, very nice.
Martina now in a really strong passing/choking position. She gets to the mount. The head and arm are isolated. Here comes the mount to triangle.
Very, very nice.
But Emily's going to use those feet.
The flexibility coming into play here.
Yeah. Martina needs to stay heavy and take her time here. The triangle is closing. She needs the point. Doing a good job coming back, yes.
Beautiful work.
Now this is going to be a tough spot for Emily with a short amount of time. 1 minute. Emily needs to survive. Martina's going to go for the arm.
Yeah. Look at this.
Now she's going to extend, but Emily has the arms bent. This is going to be a match. That could be the match, the title, everything on the line, the cash, the spinning chain. The arm is starting to separate.
Good step over. She's got good posture.
Emily gets up, though. She's going to try to lift.
Loose.
The triangle is loose. Now she goes to arm. The hands are still connected. Now back to the
transitions
triangle.
back to the triangle. She's only got her ankles locked, though, so it's a little bit loose. Great
Emily's
defense.
out.
Great defense.
Beautiful escape. Now Emily's attacking the back with a few seconds left.
Phenomenal sequence from these two competitors, just showing how high level their technique
Beautiful
is.
passing now. Emily's now trying to look to return the favor. Martina knows there's 20 seconds left. She's got to kind of just hold that ankle. Keep her there. We have not seen Martina in the overtime today. Based on what we've seen from her offensively, I'm thinking she's going to want to go to a arm bar or spider web.
But neither of these ladies were trying to wait for the OT. They were going the whole time.
Where I think Emily, obviously, we've seen her OT. She's good at both positions, but Martina, I think, definitely wants arm bar. Maybe she'll want the back to just get some ride time. It's always hard to tell. And she decides to go back. I would have guessed the spider web after the multiple arm bars today.
Sure. I mean, I might be a little biased, but I think that I would probably choose back all day.
I mean, you know your game. She knows definitely better than we do.
Sure.
So,
What's your opinion in regards to, taking the back and transition with the arm bar? Or is that just not maybe?
I mean, I like it, but it's just there's too much. There's a lot of risk there. Obviously, there's positions like here, Martina can throw that leg over with the arm trapped. I think it's a smart trap, but this is why I'm surprised she didn't choose arm bar in the first place. Emily has shown really good back defense, and she's shown really, really strong arm bars. I always want to opt to where I'm the strongest. The only time I generally would get away from is if I need a quick submission. I need the 10 or 15-second submission. You almost have to go spider web at all times. But in all other situations, you should really rely on where you have the training and you have the confidence. Now, right away.
Immediately to a deep body triangle.
Yep.
She's on the choking side, though.
Martina's wedging.
Flatten her out. Wow.
But Martina gets the hands in, but Emily transitions to the other grip pattern, which is strong. Now with that bottom triangle on the bottom, like we said earlier, in the old days, that would be a precarious position for Emily, but it's actually a really hard position to escape. It really locks a defender's hips in place. Martina doing a good job trying to clear that foot, so now she can create some pressure and open the body triangle, but Emily's tight. It's a very strong position for her. And remember, this is the bottom of the round, so if Emily gets a submission, it is over. Martina has to escape to continue this. Obviously, if there's no sub, then we're going to our second overtime round. Emily now looking to just kind of build her control, doesn't really have the threat. She might have been going Thunderlock there. Martina finally gets out, but Emily definitely has a right time advantage. Again, we'll see if she changes her back to arm lock strategy, especially if the right time battle. I would go arm bar. She's going arm bar. Not surprised after the way the first overtimes played out. Now remember, again, we have to have one arm in, one arm out. Emily needs to keep her hips straight when we start, so there's no advantage for either player. Martina immediately gets the leg. She's going to have the heels heavy. I don't love how shallow her right arm is. You want a deeper elbow position there to really get that elevation. Someone with shorter arms like Emily, it's going to give her more chance to get that left arm out because there's not that deep elbow-to-elbow connection where you can engage your core. But even so, she's so good with the arm bar. There it is. She's starting to get separation.
She feeds the leg. Look for a triangle here.
But Emily just explodes out.
Beautiful. I mean, a beautiful attack, but also beautiful defense. I mean, ultimately, she was chaining the armbar with the triangle very, very well, and ultimately, it looks like we might come down to right time. But we'll see if either of the ladies can get a sub in this last round.
We'll see if anything changes in this one. Emily's back control is looking very strong, even with Martina. So ride time looks to be just heavily in the favor of Emily. If Martina gets out this last overtime round, I think it's going to come down to simply can she get an armbar. Emily still obviously has a chance to finish here, but Martina's doing a really good job keeping her neck safe and just trying to get out. Looks like she's going to get a rotation here.
She's getting so close, but Emily's doing such a good job at readjusting.
She's doing a good job keeping those elbows.
It's close.
Now we might see Emily going for that armbar. Really nice readjustment by Emily. Even if she doesn't get the sub here, she bought a ton of extra ride time and
with the transition.
Yeah, made Martina use so much more energy.
Ooh. Very, very nice.
Martina gets out. So here we go. I think it's going to be an armbar for the title here. She's got to get the armbar if Emily escapes. She's going to win. The right time is going to be pretty much inconsequential. Both ladies that kind of know what the other ones.
Oh, shocking.
She's going arm.
She's still deciding. It's the arm.
Here we go. Yeah, she's got her elbow. I think that right elbow should be just deeper. Get it nice and deep. Get that full attachment. Get that elbow elevated.
All right, this is a big moment.
Martina did not get Emily's hip there. Emily did a good job of keeping it there. She's just going to go straight 2-on-1 on the arm. It's just kind of sound out. This is the match. Emily's able to pick up. Here we go. Emily just needs to shake. If she shakes and pulls it out, she may be the champ. Let's see if... And Emily is out.
Absolutely.
I have to imagine that's already a right time win for Emily. We're getting a time. I think Emily's already won the right time battle.
They are just double checking just to make sure.
I believe that is it. Emily Nicholson is going to take our women's 125-pound title by right time. Very tough performance by Martina. 2 submissions getting here, almost getting the armbar in regulation, but Emily just tough, not giving up, getting out of positions. Omar Casio, owner of 10th Planet Lombard and Midwest Finishers, out with Emily, giving her spin chain, her cash, and her gift bag. Beautiful performance by Emily Nicholson. Hard fought, well-earned decision.